What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. Another beautiful day here in Minden, Utah. Very kind of cool summer weather. Beautiful, man. What's up, dude? Thanks for joining, clicking the video, checking it out. We're going to talk about the tvct sub-ohm tank, and can I tell you, the letters of these sub-ohm tanks can be exhausting, dude. Like the TFV4, the whatever, it goes on and on. You know the letters. It's like a whole alphabet of products. I know that can be super wild sometimes. This is the tvct from OBS. Now this is stainless one here. This is the one that comes with the RBA section, the rebuildable section. We're going to rebuild this today, and I thought I'd take a different approach. What I've been liking in it is 7 wraps, 3/32 bit, 24 gauge nichrome. Right? That's how I've been liking it, and I've been building it on the screws, not using the eyelets, like a Limo. But I thought I'd take a different approach to this thing, okay? And I'm looking at it from somebody that's just getting into rebuilding. Let's say they buy this. It comes with coil heads as well. We're going to get into all that. Let's say I bought this, and and my coil head burns out, and I haven't rebuilt before. How is the coil that they gave with the tank going to stack up? So we're going to use everything, the cotton, everything that they sent with this, and you'll see I haven't even opened them, how it would go. So this could be quite the adventure. It could be pretty rad, or it could be a complete disaster. Let's see how they did, man. I'm going to show you how to wick it as well. Excuse me, you know what? I just had an affair with like a burrito. So seriously, I just literally went to town, man. And Maddie coming up. Tomorrow we will be doing the velocity. I'm looking forward to that, man. I just noticed the lettuce is super crisp today, man. I might need to turn on a light. Let's take it down, check this thing out, and we'll go from there. Shout out to my dude Carrie Ballin, man. My dear friend Carrie Ballin made this for me. Check this out. Isn't that great? Hopefully this thumbnail's like this. Thank you, Carrie. Love you, man. We've been through a lot together. Me and Carrie, we've been through a lot. And thank you, man. Thank you. Let's take it down and get some lights on in here. Here we go. Yeah, that's not bad, is it? Not bad. I'm going to leave that right there. Let's shed some light on the situation here. You know, I don't use any lighting but what I have in my house, so I need to remember to turn that on before. Here we are, man. The tvct. Nice packaging. It's got a scratcher for authenticity, and I went ahead and I scratched it, but it's authentic, man. You know. Let's open it up. First, it comes with a sleeve. You pull the sleeve off. Bam, you open this. And you got a couple manuals here. The manuals are how to wick it. It's got a coil pre-installed. Assembly by the coil by yourself, excuse me. Also, you sit there and you test fire it, and it just shows you how to go here, which is nice, really nice. Wicking this thing, I know how to wick it. The way I've been doing it, it's been working really well, and I think it's going to work for you too. I'm just interested to see how this is going to go with the tools provided here. You know, also. Whole manual, very nicely done here. You know, if you're just getting into sub-ohm tanks, this would be really nice. I've kind of been on the quest to find good sub-ohm tanks, and this is one of them, huh? This is definitely one of them. I've really been enjoying this one. This is a great option for driving. You know, if you're a dripper like myself, you get in the car, just have one of these in your car, screw it on, you're good to go. Let's start with the coil heads. I got one here that's been wrapped up in one that's not. Pull that out, and you're gonna see here that it says 2.5. Let me pop it out of here. It's terrible. Terrible. There we go. I really like that they wrapped them up, by the way. It really gives it a nice professional look here. And there we go. BTDC 0.25 ohms. And look at the size of those. Isn't that great? Nice big huge holes there to really get cotton into, or juice into the coil itself. 2.5 watts to 50 watts. Right. Little screen on top to prevent spit back. Keeps everything down in there, nice and clean. A lot of airflow going through this thing. This thing's definitely got the airflow you're looking for. Knurled, nothing, you know, in the way here of your airflow, and it just goes right up through. Boom. Bam. So, nice design. More look at that. Cool. Coil heads, as far as the coil heads go, I like to break them in. The way I like to break them in is I like to pre-juice them, put them in the tank, use the tank for 6-7 hours or something like that, and then I like to set it down. And I like to let it sit. Probably give it another 6 hours. Just letting it sit, you know, maybe when you get home from work, set it down and just let it sit there. And then the next day, that's when I would probably start playing with how high or how hard you can hit it, you know? That's just what I do. I don't know. I mean, everybody's different. They really are. And same thing here. Same thing here. 0.5 ohm, alright? Same thing. Very nice done. 100% organic cotton. Let me grab some tweezers here. Pull out the tool. This is the tool we're going to be using today. A little flathead, which is a nice touch, as well as another silicone mat for the top fill section of this tank, because it is a top fill. Pull out the tank. We'll get to that in just 1 second here. See, I just cleaned it. Pull out this, and here we go. So inside we have a bag of cotton. We'll keep that close. And we also have a bag of tricks. In here we got an extra flathead screw, 2 of them to be exact, some extra wire, as well as 2 coils. So that's great, and enough O-rings to cover it one more time. And those are the coils the one we're going to be using today. Put that back in. We'll keep this nice and close. Let's talk about the tank here. Nice engraving on this. Absolutely beautiful. Really well done here. And these Cerakoted ones, you know, the ones that are colored, same thing. Beautifully done. 22 mil, wide bore, top fill. Let's start from the top, man, this drip tip here. Pretty decent bore. Got a step in there. Really matches the tank well, I think. Dual O-ring. Nice bore. Nice bore. Set that off to the side. You go to the top. Now the top section here, you want to hold this kind of, there's 2 knurled sections here. This one, bottom one, hold that and twist that. There you go. It just comes right off. Just like that. Make sure you get a good look at everything. Every piece of this thing. Set that off to the side, throw the drip tip back in it. And here's your top fill. 2 very, very big holes. Those are plenty big, 3 mils. Yeah, bigger than it's probably about 4 mil holes here. 1 for the juice to go in, and 1 for the air to escape. With top filling, what you always want to do whenever you top fill is you want to make sure this bottom airflow is closed off. Always, okay? It's going to prevent flooding. Let's take off the bottom. Speaking of the airflow, let's just go ahead and take this off. Just simply unscrews. Done. Now the fitment of this O-ring on the top here snugs up against the chimney section. It takes a little effort to get in there, but once it's in there, then you start screwing it down, right? I like that. I like that a lot. There's no weird juice coming in from the top or any weird way. It's all going where it's supposed to go, into the coil head. Let's look inside here. You're going to see spitback guard in the top there. That's what that little piece in the middle in there. Now, as far as noticing a big difference in the vaping style here, I don't. Not with that. And I think it works well. I don't get a lot of spitback from it, so I would just assume it's working. Notice the teeth here. That's where your eyelets are going to sit that are on the coil heads. Okay. By spinning this section here, you adjust how much juice goes to your coil. So let's say you're using all PG. You just close it up, man. Close it up till you find that right little comfortable spot to where juice comes into it fast enough that it can keep up, but not so fast that it's flooding it, which is nice. Just by simply twisting this. Glass and stainless steel construction on this whole thing, by the way. So that's glass in here. Nice threading all throughout. More look on the inside, on the top. Cool. Set that outside. Now, this is an assembled, this is the RBA build base. And the way this goes on is it's press fit, so you just pull it right off. And you notice on this cap here, there's two O-rings. So they're pretty much mimicking the top of the coil head right here. So it's going to have that nice secure fit that I was telling you about. Also, pay attention to this alien head, because right underneath there, the alien head, there's a notch. Right there. See that notch? Maybe velocity style? Okay, because it's press fit in, that's what's going to keep it from spinning. So what I like to do is when I'm lining it up with the deck, I just look for the alien head here, and then just press it down. It goes in pretty much every single time. Again, two very large-sized juice ports. Juice can come in there, no problem at all. Great. To the other side. Now, let's go ahead and take off the build section, which is this right here, and I'm going to show you just a basic installation of the coil head. And I know, everybody kind of knows this, but there's some people out there watching that probably don't. That's why this needs to be gone over. Coil head. On the bottom, you have this big, gigantic, and I mean gigantic, contact right there. That's what's going to create the circuit once it touches the bottom of this. So you put it in, just simply screw it down. Nice and snug here till it stops. When it stops, you've touched. The pin, do not use this on a hybrid mod. It's just flush. You know, don't use any clear miser on a hybrid. Ever. Right? There we go. Designed by OBS. tvct. Cool. O-ring on the bottom to really keep the seal going. The airflow right here, it just free spins, right? Like I can just sit here and just keep spinning this all the way around and around and around. However, it's stiff enough, I think, that it doesn't move, because it doesn't, right? I mean, it's stiff. So you can't just sit here and bump it and move it. It's not free flowing. It's really nice. Really, really nice. Let's take this out. And the same way you put in the RBA, the coil head, you put in the RBA base. And that's what we're going to do now, because we're going to build this thing. Let's get a good look at this base first. Flathead screws, nice deep flathead screws, by the way. It's a nice good grab in that tool. Hopefully that tool is going to work out for us. Big little juice channels there, two of them. and tons of airflow. It appears to be silver plated. 4 massive holes, really letting airflow in to really get the most out of this thing. Peak insulators. Now there's the eyelets. Now you can build on these eyelets if you want. I just tend to build on the screws myself. One's a little higher than the other, which makes it kind of nice, but yeah. Anyway, hopefully you got a good look at that thing. Let's screw it back in. Just kind of give it a little pinch. Just spin the base until it goes all the way and stops. There it is. Let's build it, man. Back you up here. Grab the monster foot. So, what we're going to do here is build it using all of the stuff in the bag. So let's go ahead and pull out one coil here. It's cool to give you 2, and not only that, extra wire. It's really cool of them. Now, in just my opinion, man, you might be different. This looks like 3mm to me. It is. It's an 1/8 bit. 3mm, I feel like it's too big for this. I feel like by the time you put cotton in it, it's a little restrictive for me. Just me, man. That's just my take. Yours might be different. I would recommend 3/32, 7 wraps, 24 gauge, or even 6 wraps, 24 gauge. But we'll see, man. Like I said, we're gonna do it as if somebody just is using just what they have here. Alright. So let's go ahead. Again, we're going to be building on the screws. So the eyelets today. So I have it right here on my tool. And if you don't have a tool, you would just be popping it in. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to go wherever I put this in. That's pretty good. I'm going to set it in here like this, right? So I have one lead is kind of pretty much under a screw head for the most part. So I'm going to hold it right there. I'm going to bend it around. Pretty small leads. This is kind of why I like to keep longer leads on my builds. A little more leverage. You just want to make sure that wire stays trapped underneath the head. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's not very tight. Teeny tiny screwdriver here. Like I said, it's an adventure, man. Looks pretty good. Feels fairly secure in there. Good. Let's do this one now. Just hold it. Just wrap it around that head. Snug it down. I'm not worried about this section at all right now. I'm just worried that it's getting a nice secure fit. Good. Clip it. If you weren't using this tool and you had a bigger flathead, you could probably twist and break those off. Just kind of lift up and down the leads and they'll snap right off. So that's kind of what we're left with right now, for right now. Back it up. So now what I want to do here is I want to make some adjustments. 2 things need to happen here. This coil can't be touching either of these screws, or the deck, or anything. It needs to be suspended in there. So let's do that. It's just a really tight fit with 3mm. That seems pretty good. Another thing you need to know with any of these rebuildable sections on these sub-ohm tanks, it's always good to be looking out for your coil placement. I like 3 to 30 seconds because I like to get it fairly close to that hole. It's going to pump up the flavor. Alright, let's see. I hope to be pleasantly surprised by this thing. And I know this is really unorthodox for me. Like usually I'm like, I got the build, and I do. But using the stuff given, how is it going to be? And that's it. There it is. Got a Snow Wolf here. Back it up for the fire mode. Alright. Screw that down. I'm going to go ahead and turn down my wattage quite a bit. To like 20. And I'm just going to pulse it. It's reading in at about 0.46 right now. I want to keep them spaced as well. I'm just going to pulse it. It's good. It's good. There you go. That's all we need, man. It's like a micro coil, but it's like just the little tiny spaces in there. That's what I want. There we go. It's a good view of it. So far, so good. That was pretty painless. Yeah, pretty painless. Wow, that's really kicking at 20 watts, isn't it? This is crazy. Boom. Okay. Bring back the tenderfoot. So now we're going to wick it. Usually I like to take the RBA section off of the base to wick it, you know? But we're going to leave it on today. So I'm going to assume that's exactly what someone would do. So I got this cotton here. Oh, look at this. Look at this, man. It just kind of unfolded into this. Oh, wow. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, there we go. Let's just go ahead and rip off the scotch here. Oh. That might do it. So, here I am. I'm just working it. Trying to get a feel for it. I'm going to rip it right there. Just kind of separate. Remember, it's like anything else. You just want just enough. This cotton feels really good. Really good. Yeah. Let's see how she goes in. Let's go for it. Pop it in. Wow, that's some really fluffy stuff. I'm going to cut it pretty much dead on. And I'll show you with what. I cut it pretty much dead on with this section right there. And this edge here, I kind of cut it as flush as I could with that for now. I don't want too much. It's looking like it's going to be a little too much, so I'm going to come up from underneath here. Give it a nice little slice. Same. It's pretty good. The goal here is to not block the wick channels. The moment you do that is the moment you get dry hits. But clipping from underneath where I did, this should rest. That's great. So it's great. Same. Okay. So again, look for the alien head with the notch. There's that notch. We're going to line it right up with the notch on the deck. Lose my eyes forever. There's that notch. Just put the head right over it, the chin of it right on it. Aha. So I got a lead here in my way, and I'm just going to press on it to get it out of my way. I'm just literally going to fold it in there. That's great. Let's try this again. Man, that lead is killing me right now. Tolerances are super tight on this. It's great. Sorry guys, give me just 1 second. Okay. Let's try this again. It's all about taking your time when building. Never try to hurry anything. There we go. Right over top and press down. It should sink all the way in. And you're going to see something here on the inside. I'm not going to mess with that. That's exactly what I wanted. It's covering the whole span of the deck. But there's a, see that? There's like a gap. Just like that. I'm going to move the tenderfoot so we're done with it. But I want to get in here a little better. That's exactly what I want. Just like that. Juice can go in there, pile in, and remember, you can adjust the amount of juice flow that goes in here, which is great. There we go. I'm very happy with that. That's typically what I do when I rebuild this. So that wasn't too bad building with that, but like I said, as you can see by the amount of cotton in there and the size of the coil, it's going to restrict the airflow a little bit. So we'll have to see what happens here. Let's go ahead and get some juice on this thing, though. And then I'll show you how to fill it and all that. What am I going to use? You know what? I got some... should we use that? Yeah, let's use that. I got some Tiger here from Cereal Lovers, man. Check that out. Okay. Now it's just in my own bottle here. I want to show you guys something. So I'm going to put some juice in here. I'm just going to drop some juice in there. And I'm going to hit the fire button. And it's going to soak it in. I'm going to do that till it's completely soaked. But I'm also going to make sure it's not completely saturated, because I want the bottom of the cotton here to start pulling juice in immediately. So that's good. That's plenty. That's plenty. Pop this off and back you up a little bit here. And not bad. It wasn't too bad. Not bad at all, the stuff they gave. The screwdriver, I'd like to see these, like, that they get, that's nice that they give them to us, but I'd like to see them a little bit longer so we can put a little more power into it. But, no, it worked great. Okay, slide on the deck here, or on the top piece. Done, tank section, and just screw it down. Remember that notch in there, it's not going to spin that. It's not going to mess with how you wicked it. Done. Close off the airflow. And fill her up. $6 mils, man, this thing holds. Plenty. We're filling the tank. We're filling the tank. Filling the tank, yeah. Just keep her filling up. I mean, that's a lot of juice. And I always leave space. Always leave space. Next up, their top piece. It threads right in. And I wanted to show you one more thing, nice and tight. That's the finished piece, man. So I wanted to show you another thing with this tank. So here's the finished product. We can go ahead and open up the airflow holes. As it leaks everywhere, huh? I'm just kidding. So do you see on the inside? You can't see where the juice holes are. The juice holes, right? On the inside, see that alien head? It's directly across from your eyelets. There's two of them. So I just use that alien head, even though I can't see my eyelet where the juice is going in. And I just pretend it's my eyelet, and that's how I'll close it off. So if you got the alien head wide open, the juice hole's wide open. If you close it halfway, it's halfway closed on the juice holes. So just a little quick tip, man. We'll leave about halfway for now. Yeah, very restricted. Very. Let's hit it. Let's take it back up. Well, there we go. Move that away. So good. A little more. So there it is, man. So what do you think? I mean, it's a good looker out here too, man. But it's restrictive, very restrictive. Like I said, I don't recommend the 3mm. I feel like the flavor is outstanding on this. As far as like using the coil heads, using my own belts, using all that other stuff, it's been a super treat, man. But trust me on this, like 2.5mm coils in here really pumps up the airflow, and I mean it's. But I wanted to do that. I felt like it was necessary for this guy. I'm really impressed with the OBS. This is a great tank, and I think it's a great option for everybody now. .33 is what it came out to be. It's keeping up, no problem whatsoever on that. Boom. Yeah, and I'm rocking this thing at 20.4 watts right now. It's great. Yeah, just good job, OBS. As you can see here, man, it's just, the flavor is just super pumped up. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. So far, this one and the Crown have really blown me away, and I'm really interested to see what they come out with next, man. I really am. I'm really excited about it. Thank you so much for watching. If there's any questions whatsoever, you can comment down below, or you can email me, man. tjvapingreviews at AOL.com, man. Hit me up. I'll try and get back to every single person that does. Let's end this, man. In classic form, dude. With the lettuce, look at this. Oh, and by the way, yes, I have hay all over me. I know this. I just fed the horses, man. Yeah. See you guys. Flavor. Peace.